because he didn't get to talk last week.
Hello, Joe.
Johnny.
How are you?
Good. What's the good word?
Well, the Red Sox and the Houston are tied in the bottom of the 1-1. Marco Scudero led off the first inning with a home run, and that sounds strange, but Jacoby Ellsbury was scratched from the lineup right before game time with flu-like symptoms.
Wow, shades of Josh Beckett, huh?
Yep.
So, Johnny, you had a big week. You're in the Medford Transcript.
Right.
You weren't in the Medford Daily Mercury, but you were everywhere else. Boston.com, Inside Medford, and The Patch.
Well, I know I was supposed to be appearing by phone on the Damon and Delara show, but I had a few problems with getting in touch with them, so that had been postponed. But that's eventually going to happen. And I've been busy the last several days out and about getting signatures to get on the ballot and talking to the voters of Medford.
It's amazing. And now Anthony D'Antonio is running as well. I think it's great. Right. Let's have as many candidates as possible. John, I think if we have an army of candidates, and you were the first, and like I said, if McGlynn does not get reelected, he can thank John Byers for having the courage to open the floodgates.
Right.
You know, I think if you didn't run, you know, before the Mercury was aware you were running, they had printed no opposition for McGlynn.
Yeah, wow.
And the next day they took it back when they saw you pulled papers.
They probably, just as a lot of people didn't think I would do, they didn't think I was going to pull papers, but I was dead serious when late last year, a couple of times last year at the city council, I did announce that I was going to pull papers to run against Mayor, and at the time, I wasn't even sure about it, but there was an incident which basically forced me to do this, and that was a fact.
You met with the mayor. You met with the mayor. You didn't like what you heard. That's all we'll say. You did not like what you heard.
And the mayor made a statement to one of my parents, and like I have said in the past, you want to make statements about me, you tell them to me, my face, not to be relayed by someone else to me, and then get me basically irked enough to want, because that's what forced me in this race, was the mayor making those inflammatory statements, that inflammatory statement about me.
Hey, I don't mind telling our audience, I wrote your dad, who worked with me. Your dad worked with me back in 1972 or 71.
Okay.
And I wrote him a nice letter about the situation at TV3, and your dad went to the mayor, and
then the mayor...
the mayor made certain statements that you didn't like, allegedly. Allegedly, because I didn't hear him. So I don't want to say anything but you're inspired to run, and that's good.
Right.
And Anthony D'Antonio's running, and you said you have a friend that says there's a fourth person possibly running.
Yeah.
And I know a fifth person possibly running, and I'm urging Councilor Penta to run. Now, Johnny, my theory is Councilor Penta is in Italy. That's where you go to relax and think. And I think if he's going to go to Italy, he's thinking about running. That's where you get far away from Medford.
I'll tell you one thing. If he did that and he comes back, I hope he pulls, because that will really drive McGlynn batty.
Well, I think with all you guys on the campaign trail and seeing who gets the most votes in the polling, it keeps McGlynn on his toes, because if there's 5 or 6 of you on the podium, Mike is going to have to do what he hates doing, which is answering questions. How can you be mayor for 24 years and not answer a question?
Well, that's the same as you be mayor in Boston for 18 years and not have to answer.
Well, you know, Menino actually answers questions because the Boston Globe and the Boston Herald are down his throat.
Yeah.
But the Boston Globe and Herald can be down Menino's throat. The Transcript, and to some extent the Mercury, are not down the mayor's throat.
Because like I told a lot of people, and I'm not afraid to say this, anytime something bad happens in Medford, you don't see it in the Medford newspapers. Only things that are good, that happen that are good in Medford, end up in the newspapers. It's a news blackout. If you want to find out any bad goings on in the city, you got to go outside of the city and look at newspapers outside of the city to find out if there's been anything bad going on in the city of Medford.
There is a blackout on objectivity in Medford. There absolutely is, because the mayor seems to be controlling the message, and that's not fair, including, and I'm going to end up with this, he's controlling the message on TV3. He's there talking about Verizon and the electric company, and that's not his venue. That's our venue.
Right.
But, you know, oh, I'll tell you this. Do you know that my video of the operations manager of TV3 is, like, viral?
Yes, you told me that recently, and I...
Did you see my email?
And yeah, I saw your email, and I also finally had a chance to see the incident that you told me about in Florida at the Casey Anthony case. And that's, like you told me, that's probably why it was going to go viral, and exactly why, because the guy in the Casey Anthony case gave his finger to the...
But it was very subtle. He had his hands like this, and you don't even see his middle finger doing it. But this kid from Medford, he was 3 times flagrant at City Hall.
Really?
We're yet supposed to be respectful. It's not church, but you're not supposed to do that.
Right.
Anyways, John, we've got a movie. I got to call Frank Delastrido.
Let you go, and I'll talk to you later.
I wanted you to announce your mayoral candidacy, and congratulations.
Bye-bye.
Bye. John Byers running for mayor.